in the heart of Madrid's most exclusive district, inside a luxury jewelry boutique frequented by the elite. An incident was unfolding, one that would soon change the destiny of an entire empire. Clarissa Navarro, immaculate in her white suit and perfectly sculpted hair, was shouting furiously at the woman standing before her. "I don't care who you think you are. Get out of my store right now, or I'll have security remove you by force." Facing her with unshakable calm stood Amara Lopez, a 43-year-old black woman in a simple red dress and a worn silver bracelet on her wrist. Her raised hand was not a threat. It was a boundary. Around them, employees and clients watched in frozen silence, trapped between the sparkling luxury around them and the electrifying tension filling the room. That morning, Amara had arrived in her old Renault, parking it beside a row of high-end sports cars. Inside her bag, she carried only the bracelet she inherited from her grandmother, the woman who taught her to stand tall no matter the circumstances. She wasn't there to buy anything. Not jewelry, at least. She came to see with her own eyes whether the values she had planted in her company were still alive. Because what Clarissa didn't know was that Amara Lopez was not just any customer. She was the founder and CEO of La Ascension, the most influential luxury jewelry chain in Spain, with 53 stores from Barcelona to Buenos Aires, and she had arrived unannounced, without security, without displaying any symbol of power, just her dignity. Clarissa, raised in privilege and surrounded by unspoken rules about who belongs and who doesn't, had taken over the Serrano store 2 years earlier. Women like Amara were not welcome in her world, not openly, of course, but through subtle gestures, cold stares, and endless protocol-based excuses. "I'm calling the police," Clarissa threatened, waving her phone. "You look like a thief. You should be arrested." Amara stayed calm. She pulled out her own phone. "Go ahead. But first, you will let me make a call." A heavy silence fell over the store as everyone watched. Amara dialed a number she had memorized since the earliest days of her. "Business. Good afternoon. This is Amara Lopez. I'm at our Serrano store. I need an urgent meeting with the board of directors." The staff's expressions shifted instantly. Doubt turned to shock. Shock turned to recognition. Julia, a young sales assistant, suddenly remembered the photo from the internal newsletter, the founder. The woman whose story had inspired so many employees. Clarissa turned pale. Her phone slipped from her hand. "I didn't know, Ms. Lopez. Please." But Amara didn't raise her voice. She didn't humiliate her. She simply looked her in the eyes and said with serene firmness, "What you did today isn't just an insult to me. It's a betrayal of everything this brand stands for." Ernesto, the security head, approached respectfully. "Is there a problem, Ms. Lopez?" "No, Ernesto. But thank you. Please escort Ms. Navarro to the office. I'll speak with her privately." Clarissa didn't resist. She knew she had lost more than an argument. She had lost her place in a company she could no longer represent. Hours later, Mara gathered the entire staff in front of the main counter. Sunlight poured over the display cases as she spoke from the heart. Today, who we truly are as a company and as people was put to the test. And yes, it was painful. But it was also revealing. "I want to thank those who did not look away, who chose justice, even while afraid." She turned to Julia, who stood frozen. "Your quiet but firm stance gave me hope. Starting today, you will be the new assistant manager of this store." Julia covered her mouth, tears filling her eyes, not because of the promotion, but because she finally felt seen. Amara continued, "La Ascension is not defined by the diamonds we sell, but by the respect we show. No client, no matter how they look, should ever feel diminished. Starting tomorrow, every one of us will receive new training in values, equity, and human-centered service." In the days that followed, the video of the incident leaked online. The story of the woman discriminated against in her own store, who responded with dignity, went viral. Messages of support poured in, and the brand's sales skyrocketed. But Amara wasn't seeking applause. One evening, she returned to the store alone. She walked through the aisles in silence, gently running her fingers along the glass showcases, as if touching the chapters of her own life. She stopped at the central mirror, looked at her reflection, and smiled softly, not for winning a battle, but for staying true to herself, because the real jewel isn't gold. It isn't brilliance. It's the dignity of those who defend what's right, even when no one is watching.